All right, Kev. We're actually
Yep, we're all
live
good.
now. Yeah. So don't say anything crazy, okay? No, I'm just kidding.
We're good.
So how you guys doing? Good? Family
Really
good?
good. Yep. Busy time of year for sure. We're trying to already plan, for this next season. So everything's going good.
Right.
How about you?
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, just been busy. Well, now really busy, like this particular month because I took some time off, and then I'm trying to
Okay.
catch up with all of these videos because people have been asking like nonstop, like, "Hey, Chris, you have to make videos, blah blah blah." So I'm like, "Okay, fine." So that's why I'm trying to like catch up
Yeah.
with a lot of things. Yeah, but it's all good.
Never. Oh,
Sometimes.
too much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because sometimes
Yeah.
when you get like really busy and then people tend to feel like I'm kind of like neglected, like them, like not really care about them. And
Oh
then
yeah. Yep.
but it is what it is because it's really hard, like I'm not doing this as a full time. So people sometimes don't really understand that part alone, so yeah,
Same way over here. We all work full time. It's so we're working
exactly.
two full-time jobs, and you're trying to live your social life. It's hard to fit everything into one.
Yeah, yeah. What do you do, Kev? If you don't mind me
I
asking.
do contract work, so I install gas and
Oh,
electric services to houses.
oh, that's
So yeah,
awesome.
that's kind
Hmm.
of.
Yeah,
Yep.
so you're not doing this as a full time then, right?
No, no, it's a
Technically.
great, great side gig, great hobby. You make a lot of money, have a lot of fun. So it's an awesome thing to do on the side for sure. But you can do it
Right,
full time too. There's a lot of people who do it, and people do really well. So it's
right.
cool.
Yeah, this is
Yep.
probably one of the things that I like to ask. Not that I'm trying to be like nosy or anything, but it's always good to know because like people look at you guys. I mean, I'm not saying this because I'm in front of you right now, talking to you, but I'm pretty sure, you guys at
Yeah,
least,
yeah.
one of the most, successful breeders. I mean, you guys been around for so long, because I've seen people
We.
now really make it to the top, like one day wonders, 2 years top and they just gone.
Oh yeah, yep. My dad started from the bottom, and he started the business obviously, and like we grew up with it. So I got to watch the market change from pinstripes being $25,000 and stuff like that. So it was crazy, man.
Right.
It was cool though.
Speaking
But
of
putting the
which,
time it pays
yeah,
off.
yeah, that's true. Speaking of which, how did you guys start it? So your dad started this hobby at first, and then you guys jumped in and then joined him, or how do you actually work? How did you guys start it?
So we actually we live maybe like 10 minutes from Brian Barczyk, BHB.
Ah,
Okay, yep. So my dad, like, he was always into reptiles. I think he started out with more rainbow boas and stuff like that, and then he started going to
okay,
Brian's place, back in the day. So we started
okay,
seeing like all those cool different, morphs. So I think his first big purchase was that he bought a pinstripe a long time ago, for 25,000, and that's just how it started. You buy one, and
right,
then I think he got into the lesser. That was another big investment, but. Yeah, I think it's like forty
okay.
thousand on a lesser. That's crazy. So it
I
just kind of
know
took
it's
off from there.
crazy.
Yeah. And when
Okay,
that happened,
so
I was little. I was probably 7, 8 years old, and like I just kind of grew up with it. It's been normal. I definitely lived a
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
pretty interesting childhood. That's for sure.
yeah. Okay, so your dad, Brad, started this hobby as like a just like a part-time hobby, right? Not as like his full-time, right?
No, no, no. He's
Okay,
actually we're in the same industry, like the same work field. We both do the
okay.
same thing. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Just like you said earlier, because yes, you can, do this as a full time. That's very true. But the things that not many people, consider is, not any people started as a full time. They just started as a part time hobby, just like anyone else, right? And then
Yeah.
if you do it, or if you structure properly when it takes off, then you can kind of branch out and then start to do this hobby, so-called hobby, whatever that you want to call it, as a full time.
Oh,
But
for sure.
yeah. So it's not like you just jumped in and tomorrow borrow money from like family members and then start,
No.
breeding ball python. It didn't work that.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yep. I actually I invest a lot of my money into this. So my dad and I are kind of
Right.
like almost 50 partners now. So my brother he helps out and everything, but he's not really too much involved with the investing part. So it's kind of cool though.
Right. Yeah. For your scenario, it's always good to have, like your own dad and then like a family members, especially like brothers and then, your own fathers, kind of like going in together, right? Because like me personally, I'm the only one in the family that like these reptiles. I'm the crazy one.
Oh yeah,
Everybody, yeah, hate
we're all
them. They just
great.
feel like, yeah, 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 exactly. So, everybody's like, oh my God, like, why are you doing this? Like, you have, like better things to do. And then, why you keep doing this, like reptiles hobby or whatever like that. Anyway, let me ask you this then. If someone wants to start it, right? Let's say you're talking with a new person. What is your advice or your input based on what you've been doing so far or based on your experience? What is the best way to start?
The best way to start.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's definitely there's pros and cons with the industry. There's hundreds, if not like thousands, of different projects to get into. I would tell a new person, all right, pick like the project that you like the best and focus on that. Because it's easy to
Mm-hmm.
buy 10 different projects and do like very little. I'm the kind of guy I rather focus on one project, blow it up big, and then
Yeah.
like the more like bigger you get, the more you understand it, kind of branch out to different stuff, you know. But
Right.
yeah, that's probably like my best advice I would give for like a new person or
So
beginner.
focus on like, like one thing or like no more than three projects. Yeah.
Yeah, yep. It all depends on your budget too.
Of course.
So yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Well, good thing that you touch on that, a topic that, okay, so let's say we're talking about two type of person, right? One that, has like limited budget, and then the other one has, well, I don't want to say unlimited, but have enough, like money to start at least, high-end project or things like that. What would you say to them?
Are you talking like the higher investors or
Yeah. So let's start with the one that has a very limited money.
a very limited money?
Mm-hmm.
I would say do your research. Obviously, like make sure you get like just basic husbandry down. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I would try to find like a reputable like source that's not going to try to like just take your money. So try to
Yeah.
just find like a bigger breeder. And just be like, all
Yeah.
right, like point me in the right direction. Like, what projects do you think, like based on my budget, like what would make me like the most money? And just stuff like that.
Right.
So it's kind of a hard question to answer.
That's
And
true. Yeah.
for me, like clowns or pieds, like you'll never lose. You will never lose
Yeah.
with clowns or
Very
pieds.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Basic,
That's probably
basic
yeah.
clowns.
That's very true. You actually said this is why I like to talk with like with you guys, people that know what they're doing. Because there's, I mean, I don't want to say a bad word, but for lack of a better word is people that kind of fake. They look good behind the screen or behind the cameras, but in reality they don't even know what they're doing. So you actually said the same thing too, like do your research, talk to the these like good breeders. I'm talking about successful breeder, not just looking good from the outside, because
Oh,
going to
sure.
the show is very crucial, because the animals that they display, you know they don't lie. You can look at it, their qualities, what they're working on project wise. I mean, they cannot lie. I mean, they can talk all day long about like what you want to hear, but the results speak for itself. You know what I mean?
Oh, yep.
Yeah. And then another thing too, because I get like so many emails like, oh, Chris, like I wanna do what you do, but I don't have money. I'm talking about like they have like zero money. I mean, I don't know if they can afford like a gas money just to drive from here to the show. I don't know, but anyway. But I always tell them like, well, like work for your local bidders, network with them, offers like internship or something like that. In returns, you can trade maybe with free animals or maybe free knowledge, because reading or like talking with someone like a really good breeder is it's good, but it's a different scenario when you like literally do the work, because
You can
you
get
can talk
very
about theory.
yeah.
Exactly. I mean, you can talk
Mhm.
about theory all day long, but if you do not like literally like hands-on, it's really hard to learn, because some theory and the so-called reality is completely different thing, So
Oh, for sure. Yep.
yeah, okay, so let's move on. People that actually have money.
People that actually have money,
Yeah,
it's
what
gonna be
would you
really
say
the
to
same
them?
advice. Find that like high net breeder. Just
Right,
like find the like the find your Justin, find your Brad, find Chris, and just talk to them, kind of feel them out. Like so
right.
what kind of projects see what kind of projects they're pushing, so
Mm-hmm.
it's just like that really. It's kind of the same.
Right, it's just a different type of project, pretty much, right? I mean,
Oh yeah.
um,
Yep.
I just feel people tend to focus too much on the money, which is fine. I mean, everybody love money, right? I mean, we all love money, right? But
Oh yeah. Yep.
I think, yeah, it's better off to understand, like how the market works, and then what sells, what like what not, right? And then it's good to when you first started, just I mean, you just said it like really, like really great, like earlier. Focus on things that sell really easy. Like clown, like pie or things like that. They sell like cupcake. I mean, like anything,
Oh,
like
they
really
sell
weird, they're
themselves.
gonna sell.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. So you have nothing to lose, pretty much. I mean, unless the animal died, then again,
Yes.
simply means that you have to know how to, like to take care of the animals, husbandry wife, and things like that. So yeah.
Yep.
What project that you guys working on right now?
What projects? Obviously, like the
Yeah.
hurricane. That's like one we're trying to push. We just posted a
Right.
picture of on our Instagram yesterday. I don't know if you saw that or not. But he's
Okay.
getting really big actually. So
Oh yeah.
that's a really trying to push. Yep. The
Awesome.
hurricane
Yeah.
stuff.
Go ahead.
Yep. Oh, so like sunsets, obviously like another big one. We missed
Mm.
our shot at the sunset lavender this year, or this
Oh
past
wow.
season. But those
Okay.
females are getting back up to size, and we're starting to breed them again. So fingers
Yeah.
crossed. Hopefully we'll be able to see a sunset lavender.
Oh my God, that
Yep.
would
And
be
then we got
great. Yeah.
sunsets breeding the dreamsicles too. So we're really excited about that.
Okay.
Start getting the triple heads. So
Oh, that would be
yep.
awesome. Yeah, I have
Yeah.
one that Candino and then Sunset Anchi, but the female
Nice.
just like don't want to go. Like I mean, like God damn it. This is one of the things too because sometimes when you, right, when you focus on like certain things and then somehow you just don't want to go your way. So most of the time I just don't want to think about it. Just like if they go, you know, that's great. If not, then
Oh yeah.
well, let's try again next year or
Oh,
something like that.
it feels like that always happens. Like when we raise up any kind of like possible hets. Let's just say we'll raise up two females. The one
Right.
the one gets the one will breed right away. She'll breed at 2-3 years. She'll prove out not to be, and the smaller one turns out to be the actual het, and that always happens. But it's the way it
Yeah.
goes, though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Lavender Sunset that would be insane though. Yeah, I need to work on that too.
Oh,
Yeah,
very excited about that. Yep. And then Pie 2, we're starting to raise up a nice little group of double het sunset pieds. So we're really excited
yeah.
about that kind of stuff. Yep.
You missed on that Sunset Clan, right?
Oh my God, yes. We have like the worst luck trying to hit double recessives. I don't know what it
I
is.
know. Yeah. I
Yep.
mean, I miss it too because I had 7 eggs. I'm talking about 7 healthy eggs, right? I missed it like completely. I mean, I get that that stupid 66 percent chance or whatever like that. But
Oh,
you know, well, Matt only had like 1 egg and then 1 dot, and then he hit it. So I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
I was so happy for him though. I'm like, thank God someone hit
Yeah.
it. But
Yeah. At least
yeah,
we know how
we
it
have
looks like now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that was
Exactly.
doing great. So
I know, I know. The project is unlimited, so I don't really understand sometimes, people whining about oh it gets brown or like it's too expensive, yada yada. But it's like that core glow and the banana, like uh, issues all over again. Like people whining about it now, everybody have them, you know.
oh yeah, that's just unfortunately it's a part of the business. You're always going to have good press. You're always going to have bad press. But all you can
Yeah,
do is just keep on trying to produce like that next best animal, and they all sell themselves at the end of the day. So
Right.
just ignore what I guess.
Yeah. It's always those people that they never feels happy about anything. They're always whining about like everything that happening in the hobby, right? So yeah.
Yep. But like those sunset hypo or ghosts that we produce, those guys are
Mm-hmm.
they're adults. We have the male breeding now, and he glows. There's nothing dull about him. So it's all just
Yeah.
about finding that right combo. Like you buy a sunset not to make a regular sunset again. You're trying to combo it out and see like how cool you can make it look. So you have to think
Yeah.
5 years down the road compared to just making regular sunsets. Which are
Yeah.
amazing by themselves too. So
Yeah. Well, very true. And then I don't know if you noticed, but like most sunset that you produce, even that I have produced so far, and then like a couple of my friends, is different than those sunset that I don't want to mention the name, but like some people just they get the males and they gang bang the male to all of these normals, right?
that's
So what
breaking up.
happened is can you hear me?
Yeah, I think it's breaking up right now. If you can hear me or not.
I can hear you like really clear. Is it your phone?
Are you there? It was.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it just
Yeah.
went blank for a sec.
Oh, it's fine. I think you need to sell Sunset and buy
what-
like a new phone, no?
You what?
I think you need to sell Sunset and then buy a new phone. No, I'm just kidding, Kev.
Oh, this is it's a MacBook. Yeah, you're hooked up to everything. So I skip my phone. I'm like, all right, I'll do the MacBook. We got better quality.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Yeah. Speaking about Sunset, because like some Sunset, they just have like like low quality of color. Because some of the just regular females, just a regular Sunset. The one that I have is still great. It has a little bit brown, but not like brown like a pastel brown. You know.
Oh no. They're like one of the most like I don't know how to explain it, but they change so much throughout their life. Like they don't look
Yeah.
the same. Like every shed they change their color. Every single shed they change.
Yeah. Let's talk about Rainbow Project. I know you're working on it, right? Like exclusively. How does it, like how does the gene work? Because I heard like so many different, a perspective when it comes to Rainbow Project.
We still don't even know yet. we thought we figured it out 1 year, but every
Right.
single breeding we do, we just get more confused. So and
Right.
it's still a work in progress. Like as soon as we know, like we're eager to to get that project out, but it's just like
Uh-huh.
we can't get it out there until we actually figure it out. So it's one of those
Right.
things. It's just we're hoping we have more answers this year. This should
Right.
be like a great follow-up question for the spring or summertime when we start
Yeah.
hatching again.
Yeah, and let's do like
But,
part
yeah.
2 like back in summer.
Yeah, that's a big project that we're just trying to figure out. As soon as we figure it out, we'll release everything publicly.
Yeah. So one thing that we know for sure, like from your side and like two other breeders, they're not the same like Candy or like those toffees, right? They're completely different thing. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
For
From
sure.
What we've seen
Okay.
so far. Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Because
How's
we have like
Uh-huh.
that we have that female that we produced, like the original. We called it the Rainbow GHI. That was the
Yeah.
one that we produced for breeding
Yeah.
a GHI to a normal.
uh-huh.
And then we also have that Ted Thompson line. Oh.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just been very confusing. A lot of holdbacks, that's for damn sure.
Yeah. Well, that's probably like one of the things that not many people know, because when you're working on with something new, it takes a lot of work. So it's not just like one breeding. You go to
Yeah.
the market and try to sell it for like $10,000. It doesn't work that way.
No. Even when Ozzy first came out with the Orange Dream, I think I forgot what the story, but he missed making supers. It probably took him, I think, 7 years just to get a co-dominant project started and figure it out. So we're dealing with recessives and allelic animals over there.
Oh my God.
It'll take us a while. So
Yeah. Well, Do you know why some people think rainbow has related to disco project? Do you know one? Do you know why?
No. The only thing I can think of, I think
Mm-hmm.
Ted Thompson. I think he just got it
Mm-hmm.
in the Rainbow Project. I never really heard about like disco being anything like to do with it. I just think that just had a lot of disco in his stock, and that's just what he produced. Because the male, we bought a super disco Enchi rainbow male from Ted.
Oh, okay.
So
And then
yeah, yep.
and then the one that he's working on, that he called it rainbow. Does it related to what you have, that the one that you call it rainbow GHI, or is it
Yeah,
completely different thing?
we produce visuals actually.
Oh, okay. So they are
We
related.
produced them. Yep. You can actually you can find them on you know Carlos from OTB Reptiles.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He put a pretty cool picture up actually. He posted the mom. He posted the
Mm-hmm.
mom and like two of the daughters,
Mm-hmm.
like all on the same picture. You can see them. They're beautiful. So he has.
Yeah.
He posted that picture a couple times on his Instagram and Facebook, but it's a really cool picture actually.
Yeah. You guys should do rainbow sunset.
We have some females getting bigger. As soon as we get like that gene actually like figured out, then 100%
Yeah.
we'll do that. Yep, that's
Right.
gonna be I think amazing. Yep.
Yeah, that would be like the next a big thing probably. So
Oh,
yeah, that'd be
agree
great.
100% with you.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a game
Yeah.
changer. Sure.
I'll get some of the double head from you guys probably.
Oh yeah. Yep. That's the problem
Yeah.
with this hobby. It's like everything going recessive. It's your
Uh-huh.
collection can double or triple in like a year.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, tell me about it because I just ordered a two more babies rack.
Oh,
I
the
mean,
75 hole that's like behind me.
yeah. I didn't even plan this. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm probably gonna need, because I figured, right? I mean, if at least 40% to 50% of my females go this season, I definitely gonna need more space. So I was like, oh my God, not again. But it is what it is, So you cannot
Oh,
stop. You just,
no, you can't
Mhm.
stop it. It's just part of the game, you know. So it's
Yeah,
cool though.
yeah,
Fun.
yeah.
It keeps you busy
Um,
for damn sure.
Yeah, that's true. And then this is one thing that I don't really understand sometimes, right? Because like most breeders, they tend to go against the other breeders, right? Because just like based on what we do right now, right? I mean, you're working on like a certain project, I'm working on a certain project, we have a different projects, right? But if we work together, so let's say if you make those double hat, rainbow sunset, then we can like work together instead of like trying to argue or trying to like fighting against like each other. So it doesn't really make sense for me. So it
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, because like it is my best interest to support you guys because I want to see cool combos. I want to see new things that you guys gonna produce like down the line. You know what I mean?
Oh, I love seeing people produce cool animals, like
Yeah,
just cool content. Like when Matt produced that Sunset Clown, I'm like, hey, it's good for him, it's good for us, you know. So we all
yeah,
help each other out in the end. So
right. What do you think about the ball python market? Like right now, like today, and then let's say the next 3 5 years from now. What do you
the
think?
next 3 to 5 years. So I grew up obviously like when I was growing up, it was all about the codon
Mm-hmm.
mutations and everything. I kind of feel like
Yeah.
we already transitioned from like that mindset
Mm-hmm.
to like going over to the recessives, and now because when I was younger, it was all about hey, let's try to get seven genes in a snake, you know. Now
Right.
it's changed, you know. It's like you can make 2-3 genes and you're fine. So I feel like we
Yeah.
already went through that transition. I
Mm-hmm.
see it kind of like being the same. I don't see like another big change coming like that, but I could be wrong.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's always good to know, like where you stand, from based on your perspective, looking at the market because every breeder have their own opinions, right? So I would like to know like
Oh, sure.
what you think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like we already like the hobby's changed a lot in the past couple of years. And I see it kind of like just staying the same, in the next 3 to 5 years. 10 years might be different. Who knows? But
Mhm.
I think the next 5 years, I think it's pretty much is gonna just we're all focusing on double recessives, triple recessives. So I just see it just kind of continuing.
Yeah, that's a really good point too because I think the market is like me personally, I don't really um, buying in on that perspective on like the market gonna crash because I believe on like like creating your own market. Because despite on like what happening in the market, if you have something that people want or need, you will never go wrong. I mean, because
No.
right? I mean, I don't even have like a really good, like quality. Well, not like not many animals that I can sell on morph market because by the time they hatch, they're gone. I just post like things that if they sell is great. If not, then I don't really care.
Yeah, yep. I agree with you. So
Yeah. How do you guys move your stock, like your offspring, like all the babies? Like, how do you sell them?
so basically, we try to put everything
Mm-hmm.
up on Morph Market that we can. We do
Yeah.
have people we do like wholesale stuff with, but we try to do as
Yeah.
much retail as possible because
Of
we're
course.
at the point where we're not huge, but we're not small. I think on
Okay.
average we get about 110 clutches a year. So which
Okay.
is, I mean, it's not like commercial, but it's not like beginner either. We're kind of like right in the middle as far as
Right.
production goes. So
Right.
we're not producing thousands of snakes a year. So we try to do as much retail as we can.
Okay. So you do wholesales and then just like morph market and then go to the show, right? Pretty much from the
Yes.
show
Yep.
or things like that. Okay.
Market is where
Okay.
we do
Yeah.
most of the side, but those shows, that we do really well. So
Okay. Yeah. The reason I was asking you that particular question because I feel like if we can at least share to other people so like how we move the animals, so not like most of them that feel like they cannot move the animals, they don't get desperate and then just start cutting the price. You know what I mean? Because if they keep doing that, it's not only gonna hurt themselves, but us
it
as
hurts
DM
every. Yeah.
community.
Hmm.
Exactly, and then not many people understand this because they most of them, I guarantee you, like for sure, they're just gonna post on Morph Market with like crappy pictures, hoping and like praying if the animal's gonna sell like next week. It doesn't work that way. It takes a lot of
Yeah.
work just to move like
You
certain
have to
animals.
you have to be known. You have to post on social media every day. Sometimes 2-3 times a day. But I've been kind of slacking with the social media lately. I've been trying to do stuff, but you get so busy
Right.
with everyday life. It's just you have to just get your name out there, and just try to spread
Yeah.
positivity and everything for the market. So it's just all about
Right.
getting
Right.
stuff out there, and like the more you're out there, the easier it is going to be to sell. Or like the better your reputation is. So
Right. Do you think it is very crucial for those that wanna get their name out there to do like shows at least once a year, just simply for like marketing wise?
animals to sell. Even if you don't have any animals to sell, go to the shows, talk with people. We always do our dinners. You went to our dinner, like in
Oh yeah,
the October, was it? Yeah. We try to get
yeah,
as many people out there as we can. Even if they're not buying snakes at the show, who cares? We just try to get everyone involved. So yeah, definitely
right,
go to the shows, get your name out there, and there's so many ways to get your business out there, your name out there. Facebook, YouTube, everything's free basically. So you just gotta
yeah,
be willing to put in the time. Yeah.
yeah. That's another thing too because like right now we in the era where social media is like really big, right? I mean even kids can do like YouTube video right now. I mean before you get to know all of these so-called key players in order to move your animals or even getting animals from these guys because if you do not know these people you will never get some of the cool stuff. You know what I mean? And then
No.
I still remember when people just send you like list of like animals that they have via emails, not even like pictures or anything. But right now we get to the era that internet is like so big, so you can get to the website, go to like Morph Market. So there's like so
Oh
many
yeah.
ways. So it's much easier. Well, I don't want to say easier. It's just more approachable. You just have to, willing to do the work. So it's not like
Mhm.
just like do's and then
Yeah.
doing
We just
nothing.
started.
So
We just started a TikTok account. I don't know if you know what TikTok is. It's like
I know
it's that
TikTok. Yeah.
video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. We just start. It's and actually we post. We only have like 2 or 3 videos on there. I don't really post that
Uh-huh.
often, but we got a lot of followers and likes, and for not having
Yeah.
any followers like on there and just like posting random videos, like we're doing really well off it actually.
Yeah.
So I think definitely
TikTok.
TikTok is starting to take over stuff for sure.
Yeah, TikTok is quite tricky in my opinions. I mean, because the general audience right there are mostly kids. Because you're not
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
get like those high baller buyer checking out TikTok, right? But
No.
it's just
No.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just good when it comes to like SEO or like like how to kind of like marketing your product or your brand. TikTok's probably like one of that easy avenues right now because there's no algorithms because they don't dictate. You know what I mean? Because right now YouTube, if you're not paying for advertising, they're not gonna showcase your video sometimes. So
No. Nope. Yeah, that's
yeah,
why Facebook for us is we have about like I think 39,000 likes on Facebook or whatever, and we'll get about
yeah,
let's just say 50 likes a picture. Instagram we've got
okay,
close to 14,000, and sometimes we'll get
uh-huh.
800 likes on a picture. So that's why I love Instagram.
Yeah, Facebook is because they more focus on people that actually paying for the ad. I mean that's obviously how they make their
Yeah.
money. So they kind of like doing this what we call it shadow banning. So they don't showcase your page or your business page because they only focus and then showcase all of these people that paying for the ads, which is kind of sucks. But nothing is free
I wish
anyway.
I could like a year. I wish instead of paying for every post, I'd rather just say
Uh-huh.
hey, if I have to pay $1,000 or $2,000 for the year, I do it.
Yeah,
It'll be
yeah,
worth it. But I
yeah.
hate paying every post. I've done it, but I'm just like,
Yeah, yeah. Well, you can do it based on like per view, not per click or things like that. I mean, it's much cheaper. But my question is sometimes if you target like the wrong audience, they don't really tell you the report. You know what I mean? So you gotta kind of like keep tweaking like all the the ad or things. It's just too much work.
yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. What is next for you guys? What is your goal as a as a brand, as a collectors or whatever?
Our goal right now is we've been
Yeah.
trying to hold back as much as we can. So we're just trying to like just up the quality and up the rarity of our collection. So we've
Okay.
been holding back a lot of double hets, triple hets, and just things like that we think are take off in the next five years. So we just been trying to just focus on recessives basically. And
Okay.
our goal is
Yeah.
so we just
Mhm.
use like the rarest snakes around. So
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like actually a really good move because like we both know recessive most of the time hold their value for the longest time.
oh,
But
they do. You
yeah,
can't go
unless
wrong.
you get to the wrong one. Yeah. Yeah.
Put
Yeah.
in the work. Don't waste time.
It takes time, but it is what it is, right? So, what do you guys think about Wookiee project?
Wookiee, that's something we're working on this year. We think it's gonna be a game changer actually. So we're really excited with it.
Right? Do you think there's a
I've always loved the ballpythonmorphs, so we're really excited to be working with it.
right? Do you think there's a super version of Wookiee?
That I don't know, but I'd love to find out. So we've got a breeder, Wookiee yellow belly cinnamon. So we've been
Oh,
trying to
wow.
plug
Okay.
him into different stuff. So we got obviously going into clown. I think we got it going into lavender too, just to see. So
Mm.
yeah, so we're just trying to just breed it to like a little bit of everything and just see what projects look the coolest. See
Right.
where it combos out the best. Because it's still like relatively new.
Yeah, yeah, because I was talking with Mark Bailey, um,
Yeah.
talking back and forth, and then this is one thing that I love about that guy is because he never say anything up to you, but like next thingly he just gonna bring like a lot of things that like new. So I was like, you didn't even tell me you're working with like Wookiee, right? And then he just showed up with bunch of these Wookiee clowns. I'm like, God damn it.
Yep. Well, my biggest thing with him,
Yeah.
like when the mahogany clown like kind of first came out, like those pictures surfaced, like everyone was going
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Brought a
Mm-hmm.
mahogany hidden G1 clown to the next show. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, yeah. He
Even
never say anything. Yeah, he just like really quiet, and all of a sudden, boom.
yeah,
Like
just
new
yeah,
stuff, like
yeah,
hot stuff. Yeah, yeah. Because I still remember when I was talking with him about that highway clown project. He didn't mention anything about Wookiee. Like Wookiee project. I thought. I mean, I didn't know if he actually working on it. So I was like, okay. And then next thing I'm like, oh, this is probably why one of the reason I try my best to at least go to Tinley at least once a year, especially the one in fall, because most of the these top breeders, they're gonna showcase their project at that time.
yes,
you
yep.
know so it's always good to go. Yeah. um what do you think about Confusion market right now? Confusion project, how's the
Oh, I still think there's a
for
lot of potential left in the project. As far as like
okay.
sales go, we've been like doing really well, so it's
Okay.
been really well financially for us with that project. And I feel like
Mm-hmm.
every clutch we have, it's like you see something new, you're just like, oh my, it's just cool. So we got het clowns and het lavenders. So we're
Right.
really gonna be pushing the lavender stuff. That's for sure.
Okay. And then there's
Yeah.
no super confusion, right? Is there?
There's no what? No
Is there?
super. As far as I know,
Yeah.
no. I saw a picture the other day. I forgot who
Mm-hmm.
posted it, but
Mm-hmm.
it was a possible super confusion, but I don't think it was. I just saw it. I was scrolling through. I think it might
Yeah.
be like a super leopard if there is. So I don't know.
Uh.
We thought we produced super leopards, so it might be one of those supers, but
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a really cool project, but I tried once the one with my Anchi clown. It didn't look really. It doesn't look really that good. So I would probably stay away from because I love Anchi. I love to put Anchi in anything pretty much. But for some reason with Confusion, they don't go well together, in my opinion.
That
But
I always said before, like I'm like you can't go wrong
uh-huh.
with Enchi in anything, and so the only thing I've seen Enchi confusion, I'm like you
Mm-hmm.
still produce some cool stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah, like just by itself, it's not even really that cool. You have to combo it out.
Yeah.
We made like a butter leopard Enchi confusion, and that thing
Okay.
turned out amazing. Yeah, but you
Yeah.
have to add leopard in what it is. But as far as like a regular Enchi confusion or Enchi acid,
Uh-huh.
it's really nothing really like crazy. So
Right. Do you think Confusion, acid, and static are the same thing, right?
so I'm pretty much convinced confusion and acid are the same thing. I haven't
Okay.
really worked. We don't have static. They are
Mm.
similar, but I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not 100%. But we
Okay.
both have acid and confusion in our collection, and they've done the
Right.
same thing so far. So
Yeah. Yeah, because I still remember like 2 years ago when I said there, yeah, kind of um, the same thing. I get bass like left and right, so I have to be like really
no,
careful when I select the same thing.
yeah, I mean, like this year, obviously, like I said, we both
Hmm.
bred both acid and confusion, and they've done like
Yeah,
the same stuff. I think it's like a
yeah,
butter lesser type deal. They're
yeah,
pretty much the same thing. But yeah,
yeah.
Coral
I
Glow.
usually say, yeah, exactly. I usually say like they work similar. That's probably the best polite way to
Yes.
say it. If I say like they're the same, Jesus
Yep.
Christ, I get bass like all day long.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was probably our most asked question at the last Tinley October. They were like, "What's the
Mm-hmm.
difference between acid and confusion?" I probably answered it like probably no joke for the whole weekend a good 50 times. Every person coming to the table, I'm like, oh my god.
Right. Yeah. Well, the reason that I like to share like what I know. Again, this is like based on my experience. I mean, I'm not saying I'm always right or know anything, right? Because my point is like this. Let's say if you have limited budgets, right? If you already have confusion, then you don't need acid or you don't need static. You know what I mean? If you have
Yeah.
unlimited budget, you can do whatever you want. So that's the
Oh,
point of me. Yeah. So that's why I like to share. Like, if you already have, like one thing, let's say like there's some coral glow, then you don't have to buy banana. They're the same thing.
oh,
You
it's the
know,
same thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
think
Yep.
about it when
I
banana was like
think
15,000, 20,000. I mean, you don't have to spend another like 20 grand just for the same freaking thing. That's the point because some
no.
people get really offended. Like, oh, like why you trying to jeopardize my project, blah blah. But I'm like, it's not that. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. Well, that's why I couldn't answer it for the static, just because I never worked with the static. I really haven't seen too many combos, so I don't want to like
Yeah.
put my name on it saying, "Hey, you know."
Yeah.
More
Yeah.
likely,
I'm
let's
good.
just say they are.
Uh-huh.
But I don't have hands-on experience, so I couldn't tell you.
Right. Yeah. Well, if someone asks, if they're the same, I'm just gonna say like, well, Kevin told me if they're the same.
Like, I don't know. Like, go check out
No,
my
just kidding.
video. Oh.
Right. What are the sleeper gene, based on your opinion? I get this question like nonstop the last 6 months probably.
Sleeper.
What do you think the
So
sleeper
definitely,
gene? Yeah.
we've got like three of them that we're trying to push hard this year. Definitely.
Okay.
So you got the nanny. I think the nanny's
Oh
gonna come
yeah,
back.
Nanny. Yeah.
You got the nanny, Mackenzie, and Wookie. I think those three that's something we're trying to push this year heavy. And I think
Yeah.
if, certain people get in the project and everything like that, you start making cool combos. I think they're gonna take off.
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. I was about to mention about that Nanny project, but like me personally, any gene are sleeper genes because like if you focus on
All
it
it
and
takes
then
is
if
a
you're working on
combo.
it.
Yep.
Exactly,
Yep.
especially if you know what you're doing, right? Because these so-called sleeper genes are just one way, from being cool because you mix it to the the right ingredients. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because remember those red stripe. I mean it worth nothing, and then when they see Pompey, they'll be like, Jesus Christ, like what's going on? Like I sold my
Yeah.
anything red stripe in like 2 days. They're gone like right away.
Oh yeah. Actually, was the same way a long time ago. Nobody cared about Enchi at all. You breed it to one
Yeah.
thing, you're like, okay, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
Tell me about your nanny project. What you working on right now?
nanny project. So we've
Yeah.
been holding back some females over the past couple of years. They're all starting to
Yeah.
get bigger.
Mhm.
But we have a nanny het for clown male that we have.
Ah.
He's a breeder now, so he's been breeding
Yeah.
some females. So hopefully we'll make some visuals. And now there is a super to that project, and the super is awesome. If you
Yeah.
want to see some cool supers, I think he's out of Puerto Rico, but his name's Kenny Aponte.
Oh, Kenny.
He
Yeah.
posts- Yes, yep. He posts a lot of cool nanny combos. I think he
Yeah.
already made the nanny cinnamon clown, and dude, I was very impressed. So
Yeah.
yeah, we got our male in a couple of Mojave het for clowns or Mojave clowns.
Ah.
So if we can make the nanny Mojave clown this season, I think that's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, that one will be good. Yeah. I think he produced Black Pastel Nanny Clown, right? Like recently.
Yes, yeah, that was really cool actually.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because I saw the
Cinnamon
pictures
nanny,
and I was like,
really good. Yeah.
right. It seems like it works best with like a darker, like gene project, right?
Yes.
For that
Yep.
nanny stuff.
You got the yellow
Okay.
belly too. We made a nanny. I think it was a nanny Mojave yellow belly, and we kept back like
Okay.
three of them, like three females. We're just, oh my god, like those are crazy looking.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with that project called Extreme? You guys have it, right?
Oh, Extreme Gene.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. It's funny actually. My dad and his buddy Ken
Uh-huh.
were like the ones who started it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think back in the day, my dad, I think got some wild, type, like just normal basically, and
Uh-huh.
we were producing. We were just producing like these like weird looking butter. We would breed like a butter male to a normal, and we produce like butter
Okay.
extreme genes. We're like,
Mhm.
like, why are these looking so weird? So we just kept on breeding
Right.
and breeding them, and then we got it all figured out. But that's another sleeper too. So
Yeah, the that super extreme is pretty cool. It's like really strapped like all over the place. I think Ken has that OD extreme or something like that. ODYB extreme, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, who does?
A Ken. A Ken has it, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we have a breeder. It was like a super extreme orange dream yellow belly female we have, and
Oh,
she
okay.
glows. So we've got some
Oh
like
yeah.
extreme het clown females that are big this season. So I think
Uh huh.
extreme and clown are going to be really well together. Work really well. So
Okay. So
yeah.
how does the gene work?
So basically, the single
Mm-hmm.
gene, but like by itself, uh,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of like it starts to stripe out like the dorsal of the animal, and it brightens
Okay.
everything up. So
Okay.
and like when you make super form, it
Mm-hmm.
it makes the stripe on the back solid, and it just makes it brighter. So it's kind of like
Okay.
what my dad used to say a long time ago. It's kind of like a desert ghost genetic stripe. Basically, that's kind of how it works.
Okay.
Um, I've actually got like a female over here. I'll show you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in the snake room. Why not? So this one has left. I don't know if you can see it or not, but
Uh-huh.
you might not be able to pick it up. But that's
So
a
that one is leopard butter extreme.
leopard butter extreme. Yep. And you see like how
Okay.
the back stripe. Now with the super,
Right. Mm-hmm.
it'll make that stripe like way more defined and everything like that.
Okay.
So we're hoping to make like a super extreme clown and get that solid stripe down the back. I think that's gonna be really cool. So I'll go put her
Okay.
back. But yeah, it's a cool
Okay.
female we're holding back.
Yeah, that one looks really really cool.
Yeah, I just took a picture of it the other day. I might go. I'll post it
Oh,
on
you did?
Instagram pretty soon. So. Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
posted it yet, but I took the picture.
Yeah. So like this kind of project, like extreme or like high OD or things like that, it's always good to acquire it from people that know how to ID them. You know what I mean? Because
Yes.
I feel like there's some people that do not know what they're doing. They just call it like something something, and then it's not really true. And then like 3 years from now, you're just wasting the whole project pretty
Buy
much.
it. Screwed. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people in this hobby that you can trust, but there's also a lot of people that
Oh yeah.
like you can't. So you just have to find like your friend group and everything like that. So
Yeah. Absolutely. And then that's probably one of the reason. Sometimes it costs more to buy from like a certain breeders because like not only that you're gonna get the combo or the of genetic that you actually pay for, you're not
you pay for
wasting
the pay for the quality.
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, because
You pay like
I mean yeah y- because sometimes like things are cheaper for a reason, right? I mean I said
I
it like
agree.
so many times, but people kind of like don't really agree because they think like, oh, some people just trying to hype the project or selling it like pretty high. No, there's a reason why it costs a little bit more because you're getting what you paid for, pretty much.
Oh, percent. Yep.
Yeah. um, Tell me about your Mackenzie project. What are you working on right now?
So right now,
Yeah.
it's kind of like the same case as our nanny project, so we got it in the same year. So we bred
Okay.
it for a couple years. We've been holding back the females for it because
Mm-hmm.
the supers are amazing. So we
Yeah.
just got we have a Mackenzie het for clown male. I just posted a picture of him on our Instagram. He's starting to breed
Okay.
now. So we're trying to get him in clown this year. So we think the
Mm-hmm.
Mackenzie clown project is just going to be awesome. So
Yeah.
that's where we're at.
S- Yeah. So just the Mackenzie clown, right? Not the Super Mac, right? Super Mac clown? No, right? Not yet.
Oh well, that'll be down the line. We don't. We have.
Okay.
I think we have a female, like a Mackenzie het clown female, but she won't be ready to breed
Mm.
for probably another year or so. So that'll be
Okay.
later. But
Mhm.
we're just trying to produce, hopefully, the Mackenzie clown this year, and we'll just keep our visual male back and breed it to our female Mackenzies. Because
Right.
the super
Yeah.
combos, like every
Oh,
time,
yeah.
they're awesome.
Very beautiful too. Yeah. I don't really understand like why the prices like keep going down the hills. Because the potential is there. And
I
then
think
I have.
it's kind of like red stripe. It's you just gotta like take the time, start making cool combos. Everything goes back up. That's one thing that's cool about this hobby. Let's just say prices jump down a little bit. You start making cool stuff, they can climb right back up. So all you gotta do is just take the time and try to produce the cool combos, which hopefully we'll do this season. So we're excited about that.
Yeah, because it's really cool project. I mean, I have hopefully I'm gonna hit that super magpie, and then I have the one with the spark too. Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah, because my clown project, that Mac clown project, I don't know why some of the female, for some reason, the one that I'm really looking forward to, they just don't want to go. Maybe they know because I'm really dying to like look at the combos. I should probably just pretend if I don't really care,
Oh yeah. Like, the more anticipated you are about a project, like the longer it seems to take to go. So that's part of the game, though. No.
Yeah. So I'm hopefully,
I just see. I think that'd be cool. Do a little training or something. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, sure. Because DM Super Max seems to work really well, and then I feel like Mackenzie works best with the darker project.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I have this black pastel hat pie to Mackenzie Spark hat pie. So hopefully we can see something cool from that project alone. Yeah.
I don't know why we never bred into pie, but hopefully I will be able to trade something for you this season. So that'd be cool.
Yeah, this is one of the DM reasons. When you nice to like most of your friends, they tend to hook you up with some of their project.
Oh, you always try to help everyone out. So
yeah, exactly.
Cool. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't even plan to work with that Mackenzie project, but yeah, that's actually very true. Yeah. What is your advice for? Okay, because my audience, is kind of like range from like really advanced breeder. Well, like you guys, and mostly like most of my friends, and then there's like these kids that wanna start their own project, right? What would you recommend them to start with? Let's say, like project wise, or, like what is the best avenues for them to start?
The best project wise, it depends. If you're looking just for like strictly hobby, I would say, who cares what people say? Get what you want. It could be a normal, it could be a yellow bell. Who cares?
Right.
Just get what you want.
Right.
But if you're looking for more of an investment, like I said, you can buy like just regular clowns and regular pieds. You can buy them like just normal single gene clowns, single gene pieds for cheap, and breed them. And I would say just anything with clown and pied is pretty easy. Just single gene, inexpensive,
pretty basic. Yeah. And then the question part B. So you guys, well, lucky enough, per se, that your dad is like 100% supportive with the whole thing, right? What do you say for those people that just like myself? Well, I can do pretty much like whatever I want, but those kids that their parents don't really like reptiles in general, like what would you advise them? So let's say to convince their parents maybe, or like if they want like some animals, like what would you say?
Try to get your parents involved as much as you can. Show them YouTube videos. Try to take them to snake show, blah blah blah, and show them like, hey, it's really not that bad. Like snakes, really, they're not scary, and like I would just try to just show them, because like most people like they fear what they don't know. So I feel like if you can understand the hobby a little better, I feel like more parents would be a lot more understanding. So
that's probably true. Going to the show is probably like the best way, especially if you take them to someone that right? Just talk to them so they feel like comfortable, because I know like where the parents are actually coming from, because if you're like really like really young, like under 12 years old, parents by default they want to protect you, right? So they don't want to deal with these people like crazy people, whatever, like that love
Oh yeah,
snakes or things like that, right? So I don't
yeah.
blame them at all. But if you kind of like gradually introduce them, like, oh, this is what I want, mom, or this is what I want, dad, so they get understand where you're coming from, and then
Hmm.
another thing too, also, you can make a simple agreement, like negotiate with them, like, look, if I get straight A's, or if I like do well in school, can I get this like geckos? You start with like something small, right? The geckos or things like that,
Yeah.
and then gradually get a ball python.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my that's advice.
Yeah. Last question. How do you breed your animals? Well, your ball python. So, walk me through the whole process.
What do you mean, like as far as like
Like a breeding,
trying to
like how do
like
you
what,
breed? Yeah, yeah. So let's say if someone asks you, right, Kevin, I want to breed ball python. What should I do?
um that's kind of a big question.
Okay, so
Okay, like
let's do this then. Okay, so what like what weight the females and what weight of the male when you start to thinking about pairing them. Let's start from there.
okay, so
Mm-hmm.
I would say for a male, we like to breed our males like a little bigger. So we'll get
Okay.
our males, we'll start breeding them around like 700 grams usually, because we
Mm-hmm.
try to over the course of the breeding season, like your males can lose weight. So we
Yeah.
figure, hey, if we breed them at 900 grams or so, let's just say they go off
Mm-hmm.
food for a month, so they might drop down to 700, 650 grams, and they'll still
Yeah.
have they won't be like unhealthy, you know. But
Right.
as far as female goes, I would say about like start maybe about 1,500 grams, like at like kind of like smaller end, like so start at
Okay.
1,500, and then
Okay.
most people don't have ultrasound machines, but you can tell a
Mm-hmm.
lot by that. But
Yeah.
I would say if you don't have an ultrasound machine, try to learn how to palpate. It's hard. I can't even do it. I suck at it, but I've tried it. But
Right.
I would say definitely learn how to palpate. You have to like feel out each animal for sure.
Okay. Do you guys drop
Yep.
any temperature or anything stay the same all year long?
No, we used to do the temperature drops and everything like that a couple years ago, and we tried one year
Mm-hmm.
just for the hell of it, not to do it, and we found out
Mm-hmm.
we've had like success versus doing it versus not doing it.
Okay.
So we don't mess with temperatures anymore. We just try to make
Okay.
sure our
So
humidity's high. We try to keep it about 60% humidity in the room. We keep our room at
okay.
82 degrees, like the ambient temperature is 82. In the
Okay.
cages, we'll keep about 88 in the back and about, let's just say,
Yeah.
82 up front. So if the
Mm-hmm.
females want, they just go to the front of the cage during breeding time. So we don't have to
Okay.
mess with the temperatures or anything like that.
Yeah.
But
Well, I'm pretty much
yeah.
the same. Yeah, pretty much the same. Do you do that light cycle nonsense?
So we keep our lights on for. We have a timer in our room actually, so it's like
Okay.
every 12 hours. Like the lights will turn off around like
Mm.
7 o'clock. So it's about every 12
Okay.
hours. Yep.
Okay. So you actually do that light cycle too.
Oh yeah. Yes we do.
Okay. Okay. Do you still feeding them when they start breeding, or you trying to feed them like really heavy prior before they go breed, like for the whole process?
Okay, so with males, we'll try to like feed up heavy when they're not breeding, and then once they're breeding,
Okay.
we'll feed
Mm-hmm.
them like everything once a week. But instead
Okay.
of having 2-3 rats a week, they'll go down to one. Just to
Mm.
just so because like sometimes the males get too big, they'll get lazy and they won't want to breed. So we just try to maintain their weight, is what it is. But yeah, as
Right.
far as female goes, we'll feed them every week. We won't. If they want to eat, we'll feed them basically. So.
Okay.
Yep.
How how many females do you usually breed your male to? So we're talking about like the first time male. How many females do
First
you
time.
try to introduce him? Yeah.
We'll kind of judge him by his size and everything. Like obviously, like if the male's smaller, let's just say he might
Yeah.
only get three to five. if a male's bigger, more mature male, depends on what it is. We 8 to 10 usually. So and we'll breed. So we do like a rotation. We'll start breeding on Sunday. We'll move our male in Sunday, and then Tuesday we'll pull them and put them in a different female, and then we feed on Fridays. So like Sunday to Tuesday, and then Tuesday to Thursday.
Okay.
So,
you pretty much keep feeding them as long if they want to eat for like both males and the females too, right?
Both males and females. Yes. We'll just slow down on the males during breeding season so they don't get too fat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty much the same.
Yeah, pretty much the same. Yep.
Okay. Do you think females? Well, now. Do you think males, if they hit like 1,500 gram, they are pretty much worthless and useless?
No, actually, when my dad bought the banana. So we bought the banana, and once the banana, he ate great and he bred great. We kept on feeding him, and he was probably over 1,500 grams, and he was a stud though. So that's kind of rare. Usually we don't like getting males that big, but usually about like a 1,000-gram male is like that's like perfect breeding size. Yeah. Some people might even think that's too big, but usually anywhere from like 700 to 1,100 grams is like perfect for a male.
Okay, so you don't mind keeping any males that have that good size, but as long if they still good breeders and then they eat well, so you don't mind at all, right?
Yep. If they start getting lazy or anything like that, like we'll slow down with the feeding. Like we might do every other week. So
got it.
It all depends on this.
Yeah, because I had this conversation like a year ago with this like a few breeders. They think like once the male hit like 1,100, they don't want to go like like much heavier than that, which is true. But they feel like anything older, let's say like 2-3 years, and then they have this like 1,200, that they tend to sell their males for really cheap. And then for me, I don't really care like how old is the males, as long if they if they keep eating and then they breed well. And then just like you said, I found out if male that much older and much mature, they breed really good. I'm talking about if you just pairing them like 2 minutes probably, or like 5 minutes, they'll lock like right away. It seems like they have more experience, so I don't really look at them like differently, so yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, same thing. Well, Kev, we already hit that 1 hour mark, so time flies when we having fun.
I hope I
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, so thank you for doing this, and then we should do that part 2, and then let's go deep for that rainbow project, because I'm sure like like myself and a few other people want to know more, right? Because I was talking with Brock and Winston, like this rainbow project should take off like sooner. Like I don't understand like why it's been like years and no one even talk about it. Because a really good project, I think it has like more potential, and then considering if it is a recessive project, so it should have like good value, like like down the line.
It's going to be a great project all the way around. So
Yeah.
hopefully we'll have some answers for it, and we'll be very excited to get that out in the industry. So
Yeah,
it's just time.
even if it's not, even if it's not, then at least we have a better understanding, because you're the one that's working on it. So it's always good to discuss this kind of like project or like topic for people actually doing it, not just based on people that reading like article on forums or this YouTube nonsense, so yeah. All right, Kev, so thank you so much for doing this, and then say hi for to your dad and then your brother too, and then if nothing else, I'll see you guys maybe like next Tinley or something like that.
March, or are you coming to the March one?
Maybe the one in fall. Yeah, I'm trying to go the one like on March, but more likely the one in fall.
Okay, cool. I look forward to seeing you, man.
Awesome. All right, Kev, thank you so much, man.
Hey, yeah, thank you. Have a safe night. Bye.
All right, take care, you too.
Yep. Bye.